welcome to the CNBC TV 18 special. I'm Shereen, Bhan, and we're coming to you from the World Entrepreneur of the Year Awards here in Monte Carlo. With me here is the India winner representing the country at the World Entrepreneur Awards. Just to give you a snapshot of the entrepreneurial journey of MOTHERSON SUMI, a company that was started in 1975 by mother and son, and hence the appropriate name, MOTHERSON. And look where it stands today, a market cap of about 65,000 crore rupees for the MOTHERSON Group, 145 factories across 25 countries, 85% of the revenues come in from overseas. Vivek, Sehgal and Vaaman, thanks very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18, and congratulations for representing the country here at the World Entrepreneur Awards. Over 40 years of doing MOTHERSON, what does this journey mean to you, and how do you sort of pull yourself out of bed every morning, even today, and feel passionate about doing this?
Well, we've seen it coming from the ranks and where we are today. Very grateful, feel great, and the customers' trust, people's trust, and really it's an honor to represent your country, so feeling great.
Okay, so let me talk to you now about the road ahead, and you've got a very ambitious target that you've laid out and publicly laid out. The 5-year guidance is to touch a revenue of 18 billion by 2019-20. FY17 you closed with revenues of what, $6.5 billion. So, you know, it's an ambitious task, isn't it?
No, actually, you're not counting PKC. So, in fact, in the first 2 years itself, we've already.
So that takes you to about 11.
Yeah, no, it's about close to 9 now.
Okay.
So we've already touched a halfway mark in the second year, and we've got 3 more years to go. And our good fear is that we'll do it by 19, not 20.
You'll do it by 19 and not 20. So absolutely yes. Confident of getting to $18 billion by 2019.
If the conditions are right. You see, there is a lot of opportunities that come where it's only for the top line. And in MOTHERSON, we firmly believe top-line vanity, bottom-line sanity, and cash-in-bank reality. So at the end of the day, what the shareholders and stakeholders are looking for is sustainability. So if we are only going to go and acquire for the top line, that's not our style. So our target is very clear. It's 18 billion at 40% growth. So in the direction of that. So if you can see that, there are no issues at all. And with the kind of uncertainty and the kind of things that are happening in the market, seems like there's going to be huge opportunities.
So you're saying the uncertainty gives you cause to believe that there's going to be huge opportunity. That seems like a contradiction, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't, because you know there's always somebody who's looking for certainty. Over certainty also, we like it very much, because a lot of companies go into trouble because the times are too good. And a lot of companies get into trouble when they're not good, the circumstances are not good. So either way...
So are you going to be looking for good companies that have fallen into troubled times?
I'm an optimist. I look for companies which are doing good and then want to sell off at that time.
How much of an appetite do you have now for acquisitions? As I pointed out, you've done what, about 18 companies in the past 15 years. The last one that you did was PKC, where the integration is currently underway. You still feel like you have an appetite for big ticket M&A?
See, we have 9 divisions in the group. And Wiring Harness Company has already done the PKC one, and they must be looking for others also. The appetite is you know, where we have to send our people and teams and things like that to that particular company. But the companies that we buy already have that entire circumstances are all there available. All we have to do is to guide them and then help them and nurture them to do better.
So what kind of acquisition would be strategically a fit for you at this point in time?
That the customer decides. We are not the ones who wake up in the morning. It's the customer who always
So
tells
what are customers telling you today?
Oh, a lot of things. I'd love to tell you, but no.
Okay, give us a sneak peek of what customers are telling you today.
You see, the whole ecosystem where people are talking about electric cars and they're talking about autonomous cars and all that thing is putting the cat amongst the pigeons, really. So with the result, a lot of the companies which are in good domain and doing very well are still shaky, because the ownership doesn't probably have an entrepreneur in there. So what they're looking for is, okay, can we get out now?
So if I were to read between the lines, would the electric vehicle space be the next big bet that you're going to make?
we're agnostic to the engine, but if the customer tells us, why not?
Okay, Vaaman, let me try my luck with you. Is the electric vehicle space going to be the next big bet that you make?
I think, look, the electric vehicle and autonomous driving and all these kind of themes that are coming out are going to be really, really relevant. If you look at the car today, the products that we're supplying, the bumpers, the mirrors, on the exterior parts, we have full 360 vision around the car. So that makes the real estate that we're supplying absolutely prime for a lot of these electronics that are really going to come in.
So
and
you're
they're gonna
already
drive.
supplying to Tesla, aren't you?
We are.
I mean, a bunch of other car companies are looking at beefing up the EV portfolio. The Indian government back home has laid out a roadmap to go electric over the next few years. So is this going to be the next frontier, if I could call it that, as far as growth for you is concerned?
Yeah, I think electric car is just another method of driving the car. So there are challenges there. And if the world overcomes those, we have no issues because it doesn't affect our business at all. So we are more, as Vaaman
Yeah, but
said,
could it enhance your business is the question.
absolutely. When you're not driving your car, you want to be in a better environment, a better ambiance. So that's where we
So
are.
potential M&A in the EV space, is that something that you would consider? Is that something that you're actively considering?
If the car maker tells us, sure.
If the car maker tells you, is the car maker telling you?
I can't answer that question.
You can't answer that question. Okay, your strategic silence on this issue gives me my answer. But give me a sense of the demand environment. Give me a sense of the kind of capex. You had laid out a capex plan of about 2,000 odd crore rupees. On track?
On track. We are coming up with some brilliant new plants. We are coming up with a plant in US, which is going to be our biggest plant, and that's to support Daimler. We have a huge plant in Hungary, which is just coming around. So a lot of these plants are now almost in the fructification state. And for the orders that we have in our hand, the Capex is, I think, almost enough for this year and the next year. But other than that, if we get more orders, which we are looking forward to from the customers, yeah, definitely we'll keep on growing.
So what is the order book position at this point in time, and what is the kind of visibility that you have, given the fact that whether it's the US market or it's the Eurozone, things seem to be picking up?
Absolutely. We see huge traction. We see orders. We have already announced, I think, 12.9 billion euros is the order book that we have at the moment. And this means that we have not even supplied one part to it. So if we supply one part, we remove the entire order in the whole lifetime of it. We remove that. So this is something like virgin order book that we have. We are into contention for a lot more businesses all over the world. Definitely, you will see more good orders coming.
Okay, more good orders coming. I want to ask you both a question which has been speculated on for several months now, in fact longer than that, and the possibility of the corporate restructuring. I know that you've in the past said that it's an idea that's being considered, various options are on the table. How close are you to some sort of a conclusion on the corporate restructuring, and what would be the rationale behind it?
I think, over the last 17 years, we've grown, and sometimes more in, we can't really control how we are going to grow, because you acquire a company, and then at that time, there's a huge structure that comes along with it. So in 2014, January, we, in our board, thought it's wise to actually form a committee, which would then look at what are the chances of, or what are the options which are doing it. We found a lot of banks.
2017.
Yeah, I know, 14. So believe me, we have yet to come across something, because the whole.
In 3 years?
Yes, think about it. My collaborators, I mean, the total investment in Motherson may be 100 million, and he's holding over 2.6 billion in his hand. So, if he even thinks of something, there's a huge tax impact for that company. So we don't want to do it in a manner so that anybody of the stakeholders get affected by it. We are operating our companies very, very effectively as a standalone. So the ownership doesn't really matter. But standalone, so they're absolutely performing bang to what they are supposed to. So it's not such a big urgency for us to do.
Is it a priority?
No, not
It's
really.
not.
But for the people who come and they tell you, oh yes, you know, they're going to do it like this, we laugh all
the
the
bankers?
time. Yes, we are laughing all the time. We go, okay, he's gone too.
So are there more proposals coming in from bankers on what should merge with what and who should merge with whom? All the time. But this is not something that you're actively considering today.
The board keeps getting that particular thing. There's a committee which is very effective. They look at it. But the sheer impossibility of the situation.
So is it largely the tax-related issues that are holding you back? What is holding you back exactly?
I think it's more tax. It's more how do you disassemble this plethora of companies which are sort of intertwined into the whole thing. The law is that if you sell 100% property in Germany, then you get taxed. But if you sell it at 90 and 10. Then you don't get taxed. So we are carrying all that legacy issues with us and all that. So it's a bit tough, but who knows? Tomorrow suddenly, we get an opportunity. Why not?
Okay, so corporate restructuring, as of today, is not a priority. What is a priority as of today, then?
I think the priority at this particular moment is to focus on the opportunities that we have. We are looking at 3-4, serious contenders for takeovers.
Any particular geographies?
No, I wouldn't get into that because most of them are global. So depends where the head office is, but that's not important.
Is there a war chest that you're working with? I mean, the last acquisition was over 4,000 crores. So is that the kind of ballpark we should anticipate?
Motherson has already got the investment grade that's already announced in public domain. So we are cash rich. We have cash with us. Raising money is not really an issue. So the focus is more on how do you solve the customer's problem. Because at the end of the day, we're a 100% OEM supplier, and OEMs are the biggest concern that we have. So we focus on exactly what they want, how quickly they want that. And the kind of acquisitions that we are doing, acquisitions are like double-edged swords, They go in cutting, they come out cutting. So you have to be very careful, because once you take that challenge, then you have to finish it off. So we focus on that, and that's the real top priority that we are all working at.
So could something close in this financial year?
If it happens tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, it won't happen for 6 months, 9 months. So.
Okay. Beyond philosophical, and philosophical outlook, can we expect something to close in FY17?
Could be.
In FY18, sorry.
17, 18, yes.
Yeah. So you believe that could be the case?
Could be.